Good morning, Breezies. How you all doing today? Hi. Hello. Hi. Thank you for the daily coffee. Jessica McFay, Maskai. Hi. How you doing? I'm glad I woke up to see my favorite bird for summer kitsune. I'm glad you got here too. Shadow. Hi. How you doing? Yeah. What's up, Autumn? Hi. How Autumn? How you doing? Thank you for the daily coffee and enjoy. Hi, Him Planet. Hi. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. How you doing? So, are we ready to breeze it today? Cause yeah, we're definitely gonna breeze it pretty much. We are going to watch some hot takes that I received. Thank you for the bait, Smugfit. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm making me coffee. Oh, enjoy your coffee. Enjoy it. What kind of coffee is? Like black coffee? Like just espresso? Like I personally prefer espresso, like dark, sugary. Enjoy it anyway. And hopefully it's a cold coffee because we do need a cold coffee with this freaking weather. All good. Thanks, Smile. I can see your live. Sorry for my English. No, I mean, your English seems fine so far, but it's okay anyway. Don't worry about it. don't worry. It's not an issue. It's not an issue. But yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, this is definitely an unusual time for me to stream. Hi, Huron. How you doing? What's breezing? Definitely, this is not like the usual time I stream, but yeah, let's just say I was supposed to stream like today on Sunday, but I ended up delaying. I'm sad, my streak reset. No, that's my fault though. I'm the one to blame. But thank you so much for the bids. I'm at fault because I stream at a time that it's not convenient for you last time. So I'm still literally getting adjusted to see which is the perfect time for me to stream. And like this one seems to be okay for now. Call me Sam. All right, hi Sam. How you doing? How you doing, Sam? What's breezing? Welcome. So yeah, today we're gonna review some hot takes regarding Musou. We got some Musou hot takes to review today. So which there's definitely some spicy one that we're going to read. Definitely. If you guys also want to tell me any hot takes today, you are free to like give me any hot take regarding a Dynasty Wars game, a Musou game, like anything, literally. Any hot take, I will welcome it and I will review it later. We're gonna comment about it together. So I also have some of my hot takes to mention. Don't worry. I also have a list of hot takes, like my personal hot takes as well. Of course, I do have my own hot takes as well. Obviously, I just order espresso with some sugar and whipped cream. Wow, that's very unusual. I mean, that's a very unusual espresso. That's sounds more like an affogato, but affogato is like literally an ice cream ball on it. But that's very definitely unusual, but not so unusual. Let's just say. I don't know, I just prefer black coffee for me, but yeah, hope you'll enjoy it. Yeah, so, we can all agree, with that Musou games have always been subjected to all sorts of criticism. Literally, all sorts of criticism, some valid, most of them we can agree also that are also exaggerated. Literally very exaggerated, but first of all, let me just check it out, how's everyone doing and everything. Just hope everyone is doing right today. So we all good. We're just gonna like chat a little bit to see how's everyone doing first. Like I hope you all had a good day, a good weekend and everything. Literally so far so good. Have you done anything good? Any games you guys are playing, looking forward to? Let me know. Literally, let me know if there's anything you guys are looking forward to play or anything. So far I am in I'm still thinking regarding making like a group, a Yu-Gi-Oh group, to organize like a Yu-Gi-Oh group where with people that basically trying to get back into the game. So there's like, it's a group where basically there's no gonna be any kind of pressure. Also, hi Vivid, thank you for the immediate coffee and enjoy it. It's gonna be a group where everyone is just gonna do their own thing. They're gonna learn their games at their own pace. we're basically just gonna relax. I heard Yu-Gi-Oh and my brain went off. Yeah, definitely. Yu-Gi-Oh has been quite a big topic. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh before pandemic. Oh, really? Really? Did you start? Did you start around that time, or you were always an old play? Or you were always you were an old school player? I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Dark Souls 2, 7 Days to Die, Elden Ring, and Night Ring. Definitely can't wait to play Night Ring with you. I'm just so excited. I never really played Night Ring with friends at all. I started around that time. Oh, that's actually insane. That's actually insane, man, that you started around that time. Which deck you play with? Even though I probably won't be able to tell, because I'm very obscure when it comes to new format. I'm not exactly very new to it. I'm not. Oda-Isa, yeah, I know. No, of course I know Oda-Isa Classic. Been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Rose, one of my favorite games. We are definitely. What's going on? Oh, yeah, thank you for the 10 gifts, Jessica. And let's go with the hype train. Let's breeze it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Congrats to everyone who obtained the gifted subs. Hi, Toxic. How you doing? Yeah, we're doing good, Toxic. What's breezing? Yeah, congrats to everyone who received the gifted subs. And welcome to the Kitsune's Breeze Elite. I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. Almost got to Capsule Coliseum Rush Achievement Mastery. Wow, I don't really like Capsule Monster, to be honest. Look, I watched the anime, I watched the spin-off anime of Capsule Monster, and I also play a bit of the game. It's just not for me, I don't know. It's not something I really enjoy it, to be honest, Capsule Monster. But yeah, let's breeze it with the gifted subbies and the hype train. Kitsune's breeze on hype train. Let's freaking breeze it. I tried to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh several times, but getting across the knee has been hard. Listen, we're going to organize this group in order so people won't need to spend money. How are we gonna do it? There is free option to play Yu-Gi-Oh. There's quite a lot of free options to do that. No, we're not gonna play Master Duel. We're not gonna play. Oof! Thank you. Ow! Going bomb. Yeah, we're not gonna play. We're not gonna play like any Yu-Gi-Oh game that's going to make us spend money. Basically, we're gonna use free alternatives, free option alternatives. You know, there's Edo Pro. There's many others. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega. There's a lot. There is a lot of options that we can use to learn the game. Did you get a Discord link? Because I don't see it from here. But anyway, let me know if you got a Discord link. Otherwise, I'll send it. This is weird. Why don't I get why the bot is not working for a Discord link? It's so stupid. But let me because like it works for me, but it does not work for others. It's so weird. I need to check the bots. Let's still play Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2007. That's a great one. Is there any games that properly teach? Yeah, I mean, kinda. There definitely are. There's Dueling Book. I think Dueling Book is probably like the best because it doesn't let AI. The AI does not play. Basically, Dueling Book it's something that you do everything manually. You completely do everything manually with Dueling Book. So, but I'll also take a look around if there's other alternatives. Also, hi Zeus, how you doing? Thank you for giving me your daily coffee. So, what I will be looking for though, I will need to form a team to organize this group. So, I will need someone who's some people who are very social, that can gather people and everything. I can like gather people and spread the rumors. Basically, like people who are very social about it, you know, and which I already got, but the more the merrier. And also, I will need, this is something I don't have yet, I need a person that is able to be willing to teach new players and guide them to the game. I will need that. I will definitely need on top and as well. I don't know what's that. I will need someone to basically can lead new players basically, because I cannot do that because I'm still I'm at a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to modern Yu-Gi-Oh. So we will need I just joined Discord. Okay, let me just verify you. I will verify you personally, because if I don't verify you, there will be someone else, but I verify you manually anyway. It's okay. So no worries. Yeah, I will basically need someone that is able to teach people to modern Yu-Gi-Oh, but it needs to be a person that has to be patient and everything. I'm good just listening stuff with a vintage radio. Oh, vintage radio while you listen to it. That sounds sick. I wish Discord max limit. Hold up. No worries. So basically, I will need someone who is able to teach players to play Yu-Gi-Oh. In other words, like it's like someone who you need someone who has the patience to guide old players back into the game and everything. Therefore, I don't think I'll be easily find this person, because it's someone that needs to, let's just say, have the patience to deal with new people. I'm super patient, I can teach, but I don't have a lot of time, so it's as like I mean, yeah, definitely, I don't need just one teacher anyway. Like, the more teacher, the merrier. And also, I have to mention this before, this is just gonna be a fun project. It's not gonna be like anything to get money or anything. There will be like no such thing as paid position or anything before anyone's wondering. So it's just a completely free project that I'm doing. So only for fun, something to not be taken too seriously. Therefore, that's what I want to remind you guys. Although if Konami were to sponsor, yeah, if Konami wants to sponsor this project, they will not let me use simulators. They will probably make me use Master Duel. But I'm not a Konami content creator, so I'm part of the Koei Tecmo content creator program, but I'm not. But that's it. But Koei Tecmo does not get involved into card games and stuff. So I will live. I will definitely live. So I'll be fine. I'll be completely fine. Anyways, it's gonna be an amazing project, because I've noticed a lot of people seems to be willing to discuss and talk about Yu-Gi-Oh with me. There's been like a lot of traction that I got from Yu-Gi-Oh players recently, especially on Instagram, which I was surprised. I was not expecting to get people so interested in Yu-Gi-Oh around me, because like I'm not a player, I don't play tournaments, I'm not a current player, I'm just like an old school fan of Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm more interested like in the old school card game, the manga, the anime. That's when it comes to modern Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm very literally, it stressed me a lot. I'll be completely honest. I'll get completely stressed. So, my God, speaking of stress, guys, I'm gonna have to tell you now. Like, I ended up throwing a plank on out of the window because it was in the way, and it literally fell. When before starting the streaming, I was literally like, I heard a fucking loud bang, and that was a plank that fell on my house. So you know what I did? I threw it out of the window. Why did I throw it out of the window? Out of rage? No, I threw it out of the window, so I could go and pick it later and throw it in the bin. That was the plan. That was the plan, and I didn't throw it out the window out of rage. So people like some neighbors started to look at outside. They were probably thinking, "What the fuck is this madman doing?" Like, so I hope I don't get in trouble now, or I get yelled from neighbors later. But I don't think so, because otherwise, I'm just gonna tell you, hey, listen, I just plan to throw it out of shit later. Like I'm not trying to kill anyone. Do you know Yu-Gi-Oh had a manga? Wait, really? Of course it had a manga. Yeah, of course it does. Of course. Yu-Gi-Oh started as a manga. Yu-Gi-Oh, I mean, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh had an anime, and because it had a manga first. Yu-Gi-Oh started, not only Yu-Gi-Oh started as a manga, but Yu-Gi-Oh never started as a card game. Like, did you know that? Yu-Gi-Oh never started as a card game, ever. There were a few other games covered in the manga, like table games, even digital pet games. Like, all sorts of games were covered in Yu-Gi-Oh! All sorts of kind of games, and And the card game was the one that was more popular out of all the games introduced in the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. It was so popular that it was asked for the card game to become real, and it became real. So real that it's now the card game we know today, because it kept evolving. The problem is Capcom has a way to evolve the Yu-Gi-Oh card game in a way that, in my opinion, it doesn't really, I don't know. It's not very friendly when it comes to the new player base. That's the only problem. It's not friendly at all, sadly. Like when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, nah. Do you know about Kamen Rider? Of course I know about Kamen Rider, but I'm watching Sentai. I'm watching Super Sentai right now. Right now I'm focusing more on Sentai. I have right now I'm watching Mahou Sentai Magi Ranger. After finishing to watch Tokusou Sentai Deca Ranger, I'm now watching Magi Ranger, and I absolutely love Magi Ranger. Like, I'm on the 3rd episode right now, and oh my fucking god, I'm literally in love with it. Hi, how you guys? Hi, how you doing? Thank you for the head fat. What's breezing, man? I'm literally watching Mahou Sentai, and it's basically, listen, it's basically a what if Harry Potter becomes a Power Ranger, or Sentai, in this case. It's absolutely sick, literally. You should definitely like give it a go. Yukimura! Just wait till you get to the Gokaiger part, alright? I can't wait. Alright, I'll try to join the server again once again, Nitro. Oh, because, yeah, because, you know, since you have a server limit, then you need to get Nitro in order to, like, add more server limit. I get ya. No worries. Like, the Discord is always open anyway, so you don't really need to worry about that. Yo, you're a Tokusatsu fan? I'm touched. Of course I am. But listen, I'm more focused and into Super Sentai right now. So if you mention other stuff like Kamen Rider, Godzilla, Ultraman, I won't be able to tell you much, you know, because listen, right now I'm more focused on Sentai, because let's be honest, Tokusatsu, it's like a massive franchise, so getting into all of this series will be really hard for me, because I'm only one person with many hobbies. It's really hard to watch Super Sentai in America. It really is. I obviously I cannot discuss those things. I cannot discuss how to watch this kind of series. Obviously, for obvious reason, I'm not able to tell you much. I'm more a Kamen Rider fan myself. That's completely fine. Eventually I plan to watch a Kamen Rider show eventually, because I watched a few episodes of a Kamen Rider, but I forgot which one was it. So forgive me. But definitely Kamen Rider. It's pretty good, Kamen Rider. Don't get me wrong. I watched some, and it's definitely something I will gladly watch. But I don't know. Right now I'm more into Sentai. I just find Super Sentai more fascinating. You know, the recent Sentai I watch is my favorite all-time classic, Ninja Sentai Kuka Ranger. This is where my journey began as a geek. Oh yeah, Ninja Sentai Kuka Ranger. That's the one in the English version bastardized as fucking Alien Ranger. That's bullshit though. Maybe when you stream you can react to every Kamen Rider song. I don't think I can due to copyright reasons. Because I'll probably get copyrighted if I do that, especially on YouTube. YouTube is more strict with copyright than Twitch. I mostly watch romance anime. Really? Which one? Hi Carpon, how you doing? Right, so are you guys ready to see some hot takes that I received about Musou Games? Are you ready? No, are you freaking ready? Let me look. Okay. No, because I got some hot takes that are really, really ultra spicy, man. They're like super spicy, some hot takes that I received. So, I hope you all ready. Literally. I hope you all fucking ready. Because like some takes, my god. They are hot takes, I mean. And you guys can also tell about your hot takes regarding Musou, by the way. Like, you can also do that. Literally, like, I don't, like, feel free to tell your Musou hot takes as well, if you got any. I'll be. How bad could they be? Some of them are quite interesting. I also, by the way, I have some of mine. I have some of mine to tell you later, and I think some of my hot take might piss some people off. I love the anime Orimiya. Let me have a look. Orimiya. Oh yeah, I think I've seen this. I mean, around. I've just seen it around. I think. Dude, I'll be honest, I don't watch romance anime. Completely honest with you. But I've seen this one is very old. I watched the pictures. I watched because it's more just like generic romance anime. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't say generic to offend it, but like generic, like, stereotypical. No, not stereotypical, dude. Look, listen, it's just like the Dragon Ball Z of romance anime. Kinda. No, not even that. I don't know, man. But I've seen it around. That's all I'm gonna say. I just seen it around. Sorry, we're just wondering, yeah. Okay. Dynasty was for Lubu voice actor is way better than Dynasty was 5 and onwards. Not sorry. And no, I agree, because that voice actor also voiced Zenaku in Power Rangers Wild Force. I don't know if any of you watched Power Rangers Wild Force. But this antagonist called Zenaku, that Lubu's voice actor from Dynasty Warriors 4 voices him. So I remember him. I agree, it's actually pretty good. Don't know why it's passed twice. I don't know. You didn't know that? Yeah, now you know. Don't do with Miss Nagatoro. I will not. I'll be good. I got the songs from the stream playing out of the radio. What the fuck? Hey, radio. Hello. Retro Samurai Kitsune playing on retro radio. What's breezing? Hello. Copy. We're gonna tell you some hot spicy takes. Are you ready, California? You're ready? Let's spicy and breeze it. He was Sasuke in Dynasty Wars, not gonna lie. Yeah, because his voice is supposed to be kind of like scary, villainous. He has more of a villainous voice, you know? That's the name of the anime. Ooh, don't toy with me, Miss Nagato. Oh, is the name of the anime? Toy with me, Miss Nagatoro. Of course, I've seen this around. That's also, I've seen it. Like, yeah, I definitely 100% seen this around. Okay. I got my drink here. Got some water. Some spicy water. Nah, just kidding. It's just cold water. Are we ready to breeze it? I'm not gonna read some hot spicy takes of Musou. Are we breezing it right now? Oh, of course we're breezing it. Let's breeze it right now. Okay, here we are. So, here we are. Right. I managed to put as much as like basically the one I received, okay? Oh, let me change the chat position because it's a bit in the way. The chat position. Let me just take it away. Come here, you. Come here, bastard. There you go, maybe let's put it here. Ok. Buongiorno dads, come stai? Come stai? Stai passando una brezzante serata? Pomeriggio, insomma, pomeriggio. Let's get it! Ma inizio live sempre quando comincio a lavorare. Mi dispiace, ma è domenica, ma anche di domenica. Oh, mannaggia, anche di domenica. Lo so, mi dispiace. Madonna, per domenica però, che cavolo. Cazzo, per domenica, Vabbè, dai, mi dispiace. Però dai, spero che passerai un buon pomeriggio al lavoro, dai. Dai, mi dispiace. Facciamo ciclo continuo, lo so. Lo so, mi dispiace però. Sono sti orari del cazzo. Oggi fai pomeriggio, ok, ci sta. Okay, guys, so here we are. Here we're gonna read the first hot takes that I received. So, here we are. Let's begin. So, another hot take. Demeki Toyotomi Hideyoshi from Samurai Warriors. Too silly. Even though he was really a bad person like Nobunaga, they can keep some silliness with him, but they should show more of his serious and cruel sides. I agree. I do agree because Hideyoshi, basically, he was a fucking tyrant. You know, he was like one of the most notorious tyrant dictators of Japan that Japan ever had. And the fact that they romanticize Hideyoshi so much in Samurai Warriors, it kind of makes me sick a bit. I'm not gonna lie. They basically remove all of Hideyoshi's cruel parts and make it look like he's like the best guy in the world. Like they make it look like he's a saint. This is not really a hot take. It's more like a fact. You know, it will be a hot take if Hideyoshi, if everyone will love Hideyoshi as a kind, benevolent ruler. You know. Like, if Hideyoshi is a benevolent ruler, then everyone loves Hideyoshi for being benevolent in Samurai Warriors. It will be an hot take if someone wants him to be cruel. I personally want Hideyoshi to be for what he is. He should be portrayed as for what he is. He should not, like, be turned into a completely different person, you know? The best version of Hideyoshi, the most accurate, is the one in Sengoku Basara. In Sengoku Basara, Hideyoshi is a fucking dictator, a tyrant, like a piece of shit, someone who wants power, who has no fear in hiding, he wants power. If you want a very historically accurate version, well, quote-unquote historical accurate, go watch Hideyoshi. Look at Hideyoshi's from Sengoku Basara. He's a very, more accurate personality, literally. Non mi cambia molto, tanto non ho molto da fare. Ah, va bene, meno male che... Vabbè, dai, poi se hai da fare comunque, concentrati su quello che sul tuo lavoro. So, I do kind of agree about this. Like, Hideyoshi should definitely be, like, more evil. Because, like, Hideyoshi definitely is everything but a kind of benevolent ruler. How Dynasty Warriors, how Samurai Warriors wants to portray it. You know? So, it makes more sense. Right, let's go with the second hot take. Hot take, Liu Bei is not a good leader and nor is he a good person. The game makes him look too good for what he has done. And his brothers are not good too. They make one side like the embodiment of goodness, but they all have their dark side. Who doesn't have their dark side back in the day? Like, who doesn't? Especially Liu Bei. And this is also not, like, it's not even a mysterious fact that Liu Bei is a bad person. You know, it's pretty known, kinda, that the Liu Bei was not as good as Romance of the Three Kingdoms portrayed him as, like a benevolent ruler, you know? So, no, Liu Bei was not a good ruler in real life, and definitely, in my opinion, he was not a good ruler in Romance of the Three Kingdoms either, because he is more of an hypocrite, Liu Bei. So, Guan Yin and Zhang they're definitely also... they were very arrogant in real life. Guan Yu was like extremely arrogant and everything, and that's also what causes Guan Yu to die, because of his arrogance killed him. And Zhang Fei, well, we don't go there. We don't go to speak about Zhang Fei. That's a notorious fact that Zhang Fei was everything but a good person. For sure, Dynasty Warriors, even Dynasty Warriors for Extreme Legends had a simulation to even show that he was no better than Dongzhuo. I think he was 4. Like, you mean Liu Bei? Are you referring to Liu Bei, right? Yeah, like, Liu Bei was definitely not a good person, like, at all. Even in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, I don't think Liu Bei was a good person at all. So, because, like, Liu Bei basically had the excuse to, he has so many excuses that he just wanted everything, all the good, he wanted good for the people and everything, but all he wanted was just to basically just conquer everything. He just wanted everything for himself. Like, he just wanted the throne, just like everyone else. So, he wanted power. The fact that Liu Bei chose kindness over quote-unquote cruelty, like, because he just needed to find the opposite of what Cao Cao does. Liu Bei had to do the opposite of what Cao Cao does. That's the only reason. Like, Liu Bei could not be like Cao Cao, because Cao Cao was basically doing the ready, you know? ruling with an iron fist. So Liu Bei had to do the opposite, basically, the very opposite. Liu Bei is kind of like an ancient grifter, in other words. Liu Bei was like the first grifter in Chinese history. So he was an ancient grifter, Liu Bei. He was, because like he did things he didn't believe, you know. He just pretended to be kind, but in the end, he just wanted power, you know. So meanwhile, Guan Yu and Zhifei were not grifter. Guan Yu and Zhifei were just like pieces of shit themselves. They didn't, which I respect. I respect Guan Yu and Zhifei more because they actually believed in what they did. You know, they believed to be fucking assholes. They knew that. Guan Yu and Zhifei were honest, at least. So it's fair though that Liu Bei is not a good leader. Though it's a fair take. Now let's go with the other. My hot take is Zhang He, Lu Xun, and Ranmaru. It's good being more flamboyant, feminized. Not telling they should be like girls, but that their characterization, it's not bad. It makes them more unique amongst the pure testosterone among the others. Bring him some silly side for a serious game. So basically, basically he means that it's okay for Johnny to be to look all beautiful and beautiful and everything. All flowery butterfly. Jumping here and there. This has been this. Who's the enemy main camp pretty? Yeah, it's okay for Johnny to do that. Basically. That's a very hot take because there's a lot of people who believe, like me, that Zhang He should be taken more seriously. Like, Zhang He should be taken more seriously, in my opinion. So definitely, this is a bit of an hot take now. And Lu Xun be flamboyant. I mean, no, Lu Xun is more flamboyant than feminized. Lu Xun is not feminized. Because, like, the reason why Lu Xun is flamboyant is because he's young. Lu Xun is portrayed as a young man. As the youngest, one of the youngest grand generals of Wu. You know, the grand commander of Wu. So he's portrayed as a young talent. Therefore, it's definitely okay for Lu Xun to be flamboyant because Lu Xun is supposed to look young, but Zhang He is not supposed to look that. Zhang He was considered one of the most feared generals of Wei, that even Zhuge Liang feared Zhang He at one point in the end, and that's why Zhuge Liang did everything to kill Zhang He, because he knew Zhang He was a threat. So Zhang He was like one of the scariest Wei generals, basically. And the fact that he's that, like we know him in Dynasty Warriors, in my opinion, it's a bit weird. Maybe it's okay to make him flamboyant, but it's maybe not okay to make him jump around and ask and keep asking himself if the enemy main camp is pretty, or looking at Xiao Yuan's belly and thinking, yeah, I don't know if this is beautiful or not. Zhuge Liang wishes it was that pretty. Yeah, Zhuge Liang wishes it was that pretty, and that's why in Dynasty Warriors Origins he ended up being a bit flamboyant, because Zhuge Liang just wants to be like Zhang He. I think they had that so they can give more. They can also give them more characters, you know, because most of the characters are pretty much the same, I guess. I heard that Zhang He's design was supposed to go to Wang Gai. That's what I heard about it. It's a rumor that I heard that Zhang He's design it was supposed to be Wang Gai, you know, and that I cannot see that. Maybe because I'm not too used to see Wang Gai as, you know, as an old man. Kinda. And you know, it's too weird for me to see Wang Gai as Zhang He's design. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. Maybe the genre's design went to one guy. I might have looked things a little bit different, but I don't know, man. It doesn't. It feels completely weird to me. Seeing one guy, what if one guy had Jean's design and personality? What one guy was gonna do? Oh, look how pretty is the fire! The fire is so pretty, beautiful, a beautiful fire. We're gonna blaze a beautiful fire on the ship. So I cannot see that. I'm sorry. It's gonna be too out of place to me. As for Ranmaru being feminized, that completely makes sense. That is not even supposed to be an outtake. That's how Ranmaru should be. Ranmaru should be as feminized as possible because that's how Ranmaru actually looked like in real life. You know, Ranmaru was notorious for looking like a girl. You know, Ranmaru was very notorious to have the more feminine features, and that's what also attracted Nobunaga's attention. Rumors, just rumors, but you know, they could be true. The Ranmaru was, you know, sort of Nobunaga's plaything. So there's also a quote of Mitsuhide in Sengoku Basara. Basically, when you use Ranmaru and you encounter Mitsuhide, Mitsuhide is like, you're nothing but a toy but a plaything for him, for Nobunaga. You basically just say, you're basically Nobunaga's toy. Yeah, that you already know what that means, right? So that's so the fact that Ranmaru looks the way he looks, it's completely fair. That's how he should look like. So here we go to another. I think Dynasty Warriors should try the open world. Stop there. Oh. I don't think I was ready for this. Too hot. Dynasty Warriors should try the open world concept one more time, but spend 3 years working it out instead of 1. I don't think they worked for just 1 year. I think they actually worked for 3 years, you know. 3 years is the amount of time they worked. They didn't take 1 year. Wow, that is a hot take enough. Yeah, listen, I think they actually took 3 years to work on the open world, you know? Look, I was there. I was there when people were bitching about it. Where is Dynasty Warriors 9? When they're going to announce Dynasty Warriors 9, I was there, you know? When a bunch of fanboys were actually crying about it, Dynasty Warriors 9 not being announced, I was there, dude. I was there, okay? I was there. I was fucking there. So, I think they took around 3 years to develop Dynasty Warriors 9, and it shows. 3 years is not enough to make a massive, good open world, you know? Dynasty Warriors Origin is kind of making the open world work, except it's not really open world, but it's kind of is. No. Dynasty Warriors Origins, it has nothing open world in it. There are 0 features of Origins being open world, to be honest. I see nothing open world in Origins, like literally 0. 0, completely 0 open world in Origins. Literally. Is it because it has a big map that you can roam around, sort of? But that's not open world. It's only a stage select. That's only a stage select, but with a mask of an open world mini map. It's not an open world at all. Origins, it's everything but an open world. If they do open world again, they should make it an Empires game and basically make Total War, but with Musou combat. I also have a sort of take regarding Empires, which I will discuss later. Actually, no, I'm gonna say this now. Actually, after this, I will tell you one of my hot takes soon. But yeah, listen. I don't think Dynasty Warriors should try the open world, at least not with the main series. Don't try it with the main series, and if he has to try the open world again, you cannot develop this game in 3 years. One is definitely no. 3 years, absolutely not. Developing an open world game requires so much time if you don't want to make it empty. This is the result. The result of why Dynasty Warriors 9 was so empty, so boring, is because it took like 3 years of development, you know? No, there's no way they took 1 year. Trust me, it's impossible. A game like that could not have been done in 1 year. Open world, I'm tired of open world. Open world is not for everyone, but it's also not for Dynasty Warriors. You know, it's definitely not for. I mean, I don't mind open world games. I do play some open world games. I actually enjoy them, but not when it comes to Dynasty Warriors. When it comes to Dynasty Warriors, an open world game, it's a big no to me. So here's one of my hot takes that I have regarding open worlds. So I do think not open world. Sorry, I mean Empires. Here's one of my hot takes about Empires games. I think Empires games need more strategy and less hack and slash. I feel like they involve 80% of combat and 20% thinking. So I think Empires games, they advertise themselves as strategy games, but they're not. A lot of Empires games has less strategy involved, you know? Very few have the strategy aspect. You know, so I do believe that making an Empires open world games, it's not very necessary. But I think the most important part of an Empires games is that it needs to be more like a strategy game than a hack and slash. It needs to be very balanced, which is not. It's more hack and slash than a strategy game. That's the fucking problem with Empires, you know. When we Square Enix admits that the game of open world fatigue, you know it's bad. I think Final Fantasy 15 was a fucking mistake. Literally. I don't know about 16 because I've not played it, but I do think Square Enix should not make Final Fantasy 15 an open world, and they should also not excluded Nomura from the project, because I was fucking looking forward to Final Fantasy 15. Ever since Final Fantasy 15 was known as Final Fantasy Versus 13. Literally, that was one of my most anticipated games, and then for only to the game to be ruined completely, to exclude Nomura from the project, to ruin it and destroy it completely. I played Final Fantasy 15 before only for a few hours. It's terrible. I mean, I finished the game. It's honestly bad. Literally. And then they made like a bunch of DLC with it. I don't know. It's just to try and fix the errors they've done. But in my opinion, they're not fixed shit. I will admit right now that Final Fantasy 16 is not an RPG. It is a Devil May Cry game disguised as an RPG. That's what it looked like to me. When I saw some gameplay of Final Fantasy 16, I was like, dude, this is not a Final Fantasy at all. What the fuck are you on about? I mean, listen, I'm the first person to love hack and slash games and everything, but like, it's a Final Fantasy, and this is not what you're known for. Square Enix, you need to stay in your lane. Leave the hack and slash part to companies who know how to make it. And if you really want to make a hack and slash game, don't call it Final Fantasy 16. Dude, are you serious right now? As much as it's not RPG, Final Fantasy 16 was still an amazing game. I have no doubt that it's an amazing game, but I think it should have been loyal to what a Final Fantasy is supposed to be like, and it's not a hack and slash. It's not supposed to be a hack and slash, in my opinion. Final Fantasy maybe they should have took an action RPG approach if they really wanted to make it look like an hack and slash. They should have made it more like an action RPG, like Tales, like the Tales series, which is a very famous action RPG series, you know? That would be great. I think Final Fantasy should not remove the RPG aspect, like, at all. So, in the gameplay, literally. So, like, where's the party system? There's no party system at all in 16, I think. Like, I don't think there's a party system at all. It's only like 1 or 2 protagonists. That's so weird, literally. Like a Final Fantasy without a party, it's weird. And you know what's also weirder? I also think in Final Fantasy 15, the fact there's no girls, it's actually even weirder, you know? Like, Final Fantasy 15 has no female characters in the party, which is even weirder. If you've seen an announcement from Final Fantasy Resonance, they're going back to JRPG style. I know, I saw that. I actually saw that. I mean, I'm glad. I'm definitely glad. I'm going to try that out. Nobody knows what Final Fantasy is supposed to be anymore, to be honest. Square doesn't know what Final Fantasy is supposed to be anymore. No, because they try to experiment everything. But why? Why? It's like when you make a Dynasty Warriors a fucking turn-based game. That's what they're fucking doing with what Square Enix is doing with Final Fantasy. It's the same fucking thing. It's like if all of a sudden Koei Tecmo makes a Dynasty Warriors. For example, Koei Tecmo makes Dynasty Warriors 10 a turn-based game. It makes no sense. Right. Let's close the subject and let's go back to the outtakes. Okay, this is one from my friend. I can forget to get back to you. Yeah, okay. He literally said many hot takes, so which is good. He gave me some content to to make. Because yeah, he's actually a very big Musou fan, my friend. Like probably is more passionate than I am at this point. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires will be phenomenal games if the open world wasn't empty. I remember, yeah. See, this is what I mean. This is what we discussed about this. Like, if Dynasty Warriors 9 made the open world concept an actual open world, it would have been great. But Dynasty Warriors 9 had nothing to do with open world games. It had nothing to do. There was nothing open world in Dynasty Warriors 9, just an empty sandbox where you do nothing, you just roam around, kill a few enemies, and that's it. Collect materials, that's what it is. It's just fucking boring, you know? Dynasty Warriors 6 felt like the downhill spiral of Dynasty Warriors when trying to force everyone to change weapons, like Koei was clearly not thinking of the fans. Yeah. So, a lot of people think Dynasty Warriors 6, it's what started the ruin of Dynasty Warriors, which I do agree with. I kind of agree at one point. It's true, Dynasty Warriors 6 has done damage to the series. Like, it modernized the game way too much. It made the game with too many clones. There were so many clone characters, which caused a lot of characters to not be relevant at all, and that is an issue, like a big issue, in fact. And also, many story modes were removed from Dynasty Warriors 6, which indeed is because most of the characters were cloned. Let's not talk about Strike Force. I love Strike Force, actually. Strike Force is actually, I fucking love it, and I have an outtake regarding Strike Force too, by the way. Strike Force is amazing. It's one of the best Dynasty Warriors ever, I think, and I have an outtake regarding that, which I will mention it soon. So, I do think Dynasty Warriors 6, as much as bad it is, it retains the difficulty of the old school Dynasty Warriors games. If you play Dynasty Warriors 6, you'll notice the difficulty and the challenge, the enemy AI, is still there. As much as limited as it is, it's still there. But I understand why it became like the downhill spiral of Dynasty Warriors. That I completely understand, because it changed too much. It changed things too much, and it removed a lot of characters, which is true. Koei was not clearly thinking of the fans. I agree with that. I agree with this. With the part of Koei was not clearly thinking of the fans. Because it's true, Koei was not thinking of the fans when they made Dynasty Warriors 6, because they removed certain characters from the game. The reason why people like playing Dynasty Warriors is because they want to play as their favorite characters, you know? And removing some characters was a bad idea. I think Dynasty Warriors 7 was as biggest for than 6, and I hated 6. That is definitely a big uptake, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, I thought 6 was really easy even on Kiss. No, it's not. It's not really that easy. Like, Chaos difficulty, it's definitely hard, and it makes things easier if you have a flash weapon, but the enemy AI, it's still very, very, very strong regardless. I think Dynasty War 6, it's quite challenging. It definitely, listen, it retains a good challenge compared to 7, okay? Like, the challenge and the AI is still there, you know? What about Samurai Warriors? I don't think they have an objectively bad game. 5 is an objectively bad game. 5 is bad. Unfortunately, Samurai Warriors 5, it's bad. Literally bad. Like, they definitely, Samurai Warriors 5, they have messed it up quite a lot. It's completely messed. Like, not only they had a lot of clone characters, but they also changed the style completely, making the game look more like Dynasty Warriors. And you think, this is a good thing, right? The game, it's more like Dynasty Warriors. Not really, because like, Samurai Warriors had its own style. Why making it look like Dynasty Warriors? Why giving EX attack to characters? Why making clone characters? Why removing a lot of playable characters? They removed a lot of characters in Samurai Warriors 5 because they wanted to focus on Nobunaga's story, which is a good idea, but they should not have named it Samurai Warriors 5. They should like named it something else, and they shouldn't have changed the gameplay so much. It's also very easy. The difficulty in Samurai Warriors 5 is extremely easy, literally. Like, what the fuck, man? So, so Dynasty War 7, I didn't like how the difficulty was. It was too easy, but the story was good. Neo 2 did a better job with Nobunaga's story. You know what did a good job with Nobunaga's story? Kessen 3. I think Kessen 3 is the perfect game. If you want to play a game based on Nobunaga, play Kessen 3. I think Kessen 3 is like, it's my favorite Koei game to this day. I still wish a game like Kessen 3 will come out. Literally, I will fucking love it. But definitely Neo 2 is also a good game regarding Nobunaga, about Nobunaga, I must admit. Although you are the protagonist, not Nobunaga, but it's still a good game regardless. It still shows some very epic battles and epic characters regarding Nobunaga, which I love Neo 2. Neo 2 is my favorite Soul games ever. Literally. So, okay, let's continue. So, Empire's games, while fun and good, feels more like a cheap cash grab than anything. From the mass amount of microtransaction they're shoved into them just for airs, colors, and clothing. Whoa. Empire's games are just a cash grab. And they have a mass amount of microtransaction. We go back to the topic of Empire's games. Yes, Empire's games should play like Romance of Three Kingdoms, Nobunaga's Ambition 90% of the time, and then an actual battles like play Dynasty Warriors. That's what I say. That's why I think it's that's one of my hot takes. That Empire's games should be 80%. No, I think like Empire's game should like basically be 50-50. 50 strategy and 50 hack and slash. But they only have 80% of combat and 20% of thinking, in my opinion. I agree though. Empire's games, they don't feel like a strategy games at all. They're good and everything, but they're not what they advertise to be. Empire's games are advertised to be some kind of strategy ultra mind thinking game when they're not. And yes, they definitely had a lot of DLC regarding character customization. That is true. 8 Empires definitely does have quite a lot of microtransaction. 9 doesn't really have much, but 8 definitely does. Although, if you really want them to that bad, just wait for a discount on Steam and just grab what you like. But I agree, to be honest, because like Empire's games, Empire's games should definitely make you focus on making your own character, which is cool, but it should still have a more strategy part, which I agree. I can fly, I can find the flaw in the logic. No, there is no flaw actually, because like it's true, Empire's games should definitely be like more strategic. Did you know you can be 6 Empires as a pacifist? I played in 6 Empires quite a lot. I even got all the trophies in 6 Empires on PS3. If I knew, I forgot. Because it's been ages since I played Six Empires, I'll be honest. Dance to 6 to 8 and all the spin-offs with it just really had bad monetization. 6 had no monetization. 6 had none. I don't think there was a single monetization of 6. 6 was also made when there were no DLC. So it's impossible the 6 had monetization. But for the rest, I agree. Now let's go for the next one. Warriors Orochi not having an empires is a criminal offense. I agree. That's something we can all agree on. That's not really an hot take because it's definitely is a criminal offense that Warriors Orochi it doesn't have an empires games because you know Warriors Orochi is the perfect concept to have an empires. You know it is the perfect one, the very perfect concept ever. You should have an empires concept with Warriors Orochi. It's so weird actually they haven't made something like that. Now, it should really, my opinion though, it should not exactly be Warriors Orochi, but it should be like a crossover where it's basically based off Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. It doesn't have to revolve around Orochi. Because I'll be completely honest, here's another hot take. I'm so sick of Orochi. I'm literally sick of fucking Orochi. Orochi needs to stop. I am sick of Orochi. Literally, stop it. Make it stop. Literally, I don't want to see another Orochi game ever in my life. Make another crossover, but do not focus it around Orochi. I am so sick of Orochi. We need another antagonist. Orochi is not the only evil entity. You know, we need a new antagonist. I'm sick of Orochi. How many times do we need to beat this man? I know. I'm so sick of it. And Warriors Orochi 4 was not even focusing on Orochi. It was focusing on Greek mythology, and that's fine. But why you call it Warriors Orochi? When the main focus, the main star, the main protagonist, it's Greek and Norse mythology. It makes no sense. Oh, hello, Orochi. How you doing? Like, it's a criminal offense, literally, that not only Warriors Orochi does not have an empires, but also, my God, what I was about to say. But also too many Orochi games. No empires for Orochi, and too many Orochi games in general. So that's the problem. Hello, Sana, my favorite Italian waifu. How you doing, kitty? I'm doing good. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Shadow? Are you doing well? I'm glad I'm your favorite. English pink lemon speak it. Yeah, but sometimes like I don't know, my brain just shuts down. Not something I'm proud of, you know. Like I'm not proud that my brain shuts down. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have low IQ. I'm so proud. I'm so cool. Look at me, guys. I have low IQ. That's nothing to be proud of. I'll be honest with you guys though. I never done an IQ test. I'm too self-conscious when it comes to that. I'm scared to know the results. I've been doing good. Seeing you today made my son is so much better. I'm so glad. It's always nice to make someone suddenly better. Too much weight on the boobs because the brain just short circuit. That's probably why, to be honest. Yeah, all the brain went there, and obviously the boobs can't speak. They don't have a mouth. They only have a nose. The boobs only have a nose to breathe. Warriors Orochi 4 should have been called something besides Warriors Orochi 4 Ultimate, since Orochi isn't even the main villain in the game. That's what I say, basically. I agree. Actually, what's that? Something that I don't even want to find out about myself. Why do they have a nose? They do. I mean, technically, all boobs have a nose, if you think about it. They do, actually. Isn't that what it is? Like that round thing? Isn't that a nose? I thought that was a nose, dude. Okay, let's continue. Instead of having a boobology session, all older samurai warriors Samurai Warriors Empires game should be localized and re-released on PC. That's an outtake probably for Koei Tecmo. This is an outtake that only Koei Tecmo doesn't like, to be honest. Nipples or boobs nose. Naruto names will be considered the nose of the chest. That's what I always seen it like. It can't be just me. Maybe I just have a weird imagination, but oh, please, guys, let's focus on outtakes. Let's focus on outtakes instead of. I mean, I get it. I get it. I understand. I understand why they focus shift on somewhere else. I understand completely. We'll say that Warriors games need to be localized. Remove the person handles. This is a criminal offense. Literally, this is only an hot take that Koei dislikes regarding the localization of the Samurai Warriors and Samurai Warriors Empires games. You know why? I don't understand one thing about Samurai Warriors Empires. Literally, some people even don't believe that Samurai Warriors Empires exist, and I'm not surprised. There's literally, in the West, only 2 Samurai Warriors Empires games came out, and one is 2. And the other is 4. 1 doesn't exist. 3 is only in Japanese. Like, what the fuck, man? I mean, Samurai Warriors 3 Empires is actually an interesting game, so I'm not gonna lie. It's actually... Samurai Warriors 3 Empires, it's probably the only empires... Listen, it's the only empires that focus more on strategy rather than hack and slash. Because Samurai Warriors 3 Empires has... How can I say, kind of like some sort of map, some sort of Nobunaga's Ambition map that makes it more strategy game than an hack and slash game. It's hard. It's an hard game, Samurai Warriors 3 Empires, and definitely the language barrier. It matters. It matters because there's definitely. You definitely need to know what the fuck are you doing with Samurai Warriors 3 Empires. I'm not gonna lie. If you don't know what you're doing with Samurai Warriors 3 Empires, you're kind of fucked up because literally, it's kind of tough to understand what you're doing when it comes to Samurai Warriors 3 Empires. So language barrier matters, unfortunately, in 3 Empires. So Koei Tecmo is scared of localizing their Samurai Warriors and Warriors Trilogy to English. I know, I don't understand, to be honest, what even is the issue with that? Because literally, guys, look, I'm gonna let show you about what I mean about Samurai Warriors 3 Empires, though, because I want to show you like in real time. I don't really I wanna show things with facts, you know. I want to show you some facts. I'm not gonna just say here and spread words. I wanna basically show you the real facts. I'm a person who likes showing facts in people's face, you know, not just all talk. Like, you guys see? There we go. See, like, this is 3 Empires. Is it working properly? I don't think it's working properly. The game, hold on. I think it's working properly. Let me see. The game windows now. Oh, okay. See, like, this is 3 Empires. Look, you basically have like a Nobunaga's Ambition style map. Like, you build your furnitures, as you can see. That's basically what it is, and you focus mostly on doing this than fighting. Like, this is what you do. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing because I cannot read Japanese. Like I said, guys, you need to know what you're doing with this game. You need to know what every furniture does and shit. It's not easy. It's not fucking easy, this game. Like, if you don't know Japanese, literally. Like, you need to also check out about you basically need to there's a lot of managing in this game. This is Samurai Warriors 3 Empires. That's what you do. That's what you do most of the time. Hi, Sadama. How you doing? How you doing, Sadama? So See? What the fuck is that? I don't know. But apparently something that I need to get rid of. Because it's in the way. I don't know. Like, I just don't know, man. Because I know, like I said, the language barrier is just it's too strong in this game. You know? So, it's hard on that part. It's pretty hard. It's pretty difficult. This is what I mean. And this game is only, in Japanese, sadly. There's no English version of this game, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's what I mean. Now, I hope that was enough of a demonstration regarding that. Wait. So that was, hey, whoa! Thank you for the meat buns, yummy, 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 yummy. Now, where we been left? Get ready to go to work. Have a good day at work, Sarama. Another hot take I will make is Samurai Warriors has always done the spin-off better than Dynasty Wars and Pirates and Extreme Legends. I completely agree with that. Samurai Warriors has one of the best spin-off, and Chronicles is the proof. Samurai Warriors Chronicles is the fucking proof of that. Literally. No question. So, yeah, definitely localization has always been a problem with Koei Tecmo, and I fucking hate it too. Oh, this is an interesting one. Warriors All Stars could ironically be the best crossover installment yet, but they off-assed it in comparison to the caliber of what a Warriors Orochi has done. Their choices in the character and how they handle moveset were superb, yet never given proper fruition. I agree. I completely agree. This is not even much of an hot take. This is true because Warriors All Stars, it's a crossover that even some people don't even know because thank you for the meat buns. What's going on? At least the meat buns. I'm so healed right now. Let's breeze it. My health is full. My health is so full. It's really full, but thank you. Yummy, yummy. So, I think... What's good? Whoa! Only Pizzaroni! Only Pizzaroni! Wow, I got raided badly! I'm definitely gonna be stuffed with all those Eliezer and meat buns, that's for sure. I'm gonna grow into a very strong woman. Whoa! Only Pizzaroni! Oh my god. That's insane, man. Here's the battle for you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Horichi. So, we can all agree that Warriors All Star was definitely a failed spin-off. Absolutely. We can definitely agree on that. Like, Warriors All Stars was absolutely shite. Literally. One of the worst spin-offs ever done in one worst crossover ever done in Koei Tecmo history, because the concept starts very well. You want to make a game based on all the Koei Tecmo protagonists, all the characters, but it presents itself as a terrible game. Like, thank you for the head, Cinema. For example, they only had like a few characters, like from all the series. They want to have characters from Dynasty Warriors, Atelier, Samurai Warriors, Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive, other Koei franchise, even Neo. Neo only had the Williams, which is okay, but okay. They should also made more characters for Neo too. You know, this isn't just William. They should have made more. They should have had more characters from the IPs, not just like a few. It presents itself as a very good concept, but there's only a few characters, you know, and that sucks. The story was lame, literally lame as fuck. I fucking hated this story, man. Like, come on. Arsenal was definitely a disappointment. They shouldn't have made so few characters into the game. If you really want to bring this crossover again, they need to expand it more. They need to expand it way more, way more. They can't just like add a few characters and call it an all-stars when there's nothing in it. There's barely anything in it. Like, it's empty. It's an empty crossover. Literally. It's a crossover only in name. Yeah, just because you're adding Zhao Yun, Lubu, and a few other characters from Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. And then Dead or Alive, you're gonna have Kasumi, Mary Rose, what was the other Booba girl, Onoka, I think, from Dead or Alive. You know, it doesn't make it like a worthy crossover, in my opinion. Because you need to add more than that. You definitely need to add way more than that, dude. There's so much you can do for crossover like that. There's so much potential. Now, let's go to the other hot take. Okay. Not having online co-op on so many of their latest games, I believe, is just a downright stupid decision. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I completely agree. To be honest, I'm a little tired of Warriors games until they innovate. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. But I think they've done a nice job with Origins. Origins was like played by a lot of notorious faces. Also, and many notorious content creators played Origins. You know. Basically, I agree that not having online co-op is definitely let down. Literally, because it will be fun to just play these games together, you know? But these games are very fun to play together, I completely agree. Like, a single-player games, yeah, it's fun, but when you play Warriors games with your friends, it's literally a new story. Like a whole new story. The next Warriors All-Stars needs LeBron James? Who's that? So I completely agree with this. It's a very good. This is actually not you and I'll take. It's actually a very good take. Like they definitely need online co-op. Most of them, literally. And I hope Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered will have online co-op. I hope. I seriously hope. So let's go with the other. The best Empire features was when you could upload characters and everyone could see each other's creation through a catalog menu. Now it's only code dependent and a disappointment. Like yeah, you only see a code. Like you only see a code. I don't really know much about this because like Empire's games, though, yeah, it's true. They still make you upload your character and everyone can see it. But yeah, you kind of need to give like a code. It's now based off codes now. The models. I don't really know about this one, to be honest. Definitely seems to be a very personal, more like a personal outtake, I think. Like you just see codes basically in a menu. And they were more organized in the past. That's why he's saying, which is it perfectly makes sense, yeah. Honestly, I wish Origins lets you make your own character. I agree. I don't like the fact Origin does not let you make your own character. I completely agree with that. I think it's a stupid decision. The fact that Origin doesn't let you customize your character just one bit. I think it's dumb. Like, I was very disappointed with that personally. I never liked that decision. Literally. I hope in the next Origins game they will make you customize your character. If not, it will be so stupid. I really wish Origins had just been a CAC? What's a CAC? I didn't care about... Oh, you mean a character customization? I don't care about Zilwan. I'm glad to be honest. Look, the only people who seems to care about Zilwan, it seems to be Koei Tecmo. Koei Tecmo uses Zilwan as their new face. They completely forgot about Zhao Yun. Like, Zilwan is the new poster boy. Only Koei Tecmo seems to care about Zilwan. The only thing that dragged the game down. I mean, in the end, Origin is still a fun character. Sorry, Origin is still a fun game regardless. It's still fun. It's still fun as fuck. I fucking love Origins. But it will definitely be more fun, more creative, more interesting if you could make your own character, if you could customize it. It's okay to retain Ziluan's main face. It's like Korin, you know. Do you know Korin from Fire Emblem? Like a barefoot character, you know, which is what makes it an interesting game. Okay, just kidding. Like Korin, it's notorious to be known as a barefoot character. Okay. No, okay. I need to get away from the feet part because this has nothing to do with it. So we know Korin as to be like either a male or female character, and Korin has a default look, but Korin can also be customized in Fire Emblem. You can also customize Korin, you know. You can give Korin any face you want, any hairstyle you want into the game. However, Korin is only notorious for its default look, for their default look, you know? So, why they could just do the same thing with Ziluan? Ziluan could also retain his default look very perfectly fine. Come on. Just make it customizable. I don't understand. Literally. It makes no sense. Like, Just give players their fucking option to create their own character. My God, I was also very disappointed with that part personally, that you could not create your own character. But regardless, it was a fun game nonetheless. Still a disappointment that you cannot create your own character. Now let's go to the next one. I'll take. Sun Quan sucks ass and ruined Wu for me. That's an odd take for a lot of Wu fans. I completely agree. I hate Sun Quan to the very core. I fucking hate his ass, literally. One of the worst characters in Dynasty Warriors ever. One of the worst characters in Three Kingdoms ever. Completely ruined the franchise. Completely ruined Wu. What's the point to ask Sun Quan around? Sun Quan is just there. It doesn't do anything relevant. Just let other people do the job. And literally, what is Sun Quan's qualities again? Tell me. I feel like Dynasty Warriors and even Three Kingdoms tries to force themselves into making Sun Quan relevant. They want Sun Quan to be relevant so bad, but he cannot be relevant because Sun Quan doesn't have any skill. Oh, but Sun Quan is good at judging people. Yeah, I'm also good at eating. I'm also good at cutting pizza with knife and fork. I'm good at that. It's basically saying it's not a big quality to be good of judgment. Again, back in the day, people were stupid. They had low IQ. I get that, but it's not a big deal that Sun Quan was good at judging people. You know, Sun Quan was definitely good at appointing people. Like, he knew who to appoint in certain position and everything, which role was perfect for them. Okay, but everyone can do that. Sun Quan's problem is that nobody seems to know what to do with him. Not that they don't know how to write. He's just there, and nobody knows what to do with him. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, man? Why you even like him? Plus, like, it was a dumbass. During his final years, Sun Quan, like, some people don't know about this, because obviously Dynasty Wars cut that off, but Sun Quan, in his dying moments, when Sun Quan was ill, and he was in his deathbed, he basically let his daughter roam around and cause chaos among Wu. His daughter was a very spoiled brat. She was worse than Dong Bai. Like, his daughter, literally, way worse than Dong Bai. So she was causing a mess around, basically being a fucking little dictator girl, accusing people of treason, executing people. She was a fucking psychopathic bitch, his daughter. And Sun Quan was doing nothing about it. So, that's basically, I don't see what Sun Quan ever done to be relevant, to be praised. Nothing. Oh, but Sun Quan won a Chibi, dude. So the reason why Sun Quan won a Chibi was because Juyu had a fucking plan to burn the fucking ships. My God, it's not deep. It's not the fucking deep, man. Come on. Oh, this is an outtake that I'm not sure I can agree with. The next Bladestorm game should go full Musou with tactical squadron commands. I don't know if any of you know about Bladestorm. Bladestorm is that Koei game based on the 100-year war. That it's kind of like a spiritual successor of Kessen. That you command your troops and you go around and capture fort after fort. You recruit troops, you recruit mercenaries, and you basically just roam around and fight with your troops. But it's not really a Musou. You just command your troops. So, yeah, Bladestorm Bladestorm being a Musou, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't really think Bladestorm should be a Musou. I think Bladestorm was a fine spiritual successor of Kessen, in my opinion. I don't know if Bladestorm should become a full Musou, personally. Definitely, it's kind of an odd take. But like, maybe for me. For others, it might not, maybe not so much. It was enjoyable for a bit. Yeah, it's definitely enjoyable for a bit. Even I never finished it. I prefer Kessen 3. Kessen 3 is like far better than Bladestorm. Bladestorm is more of a spiritual successor than of Kessen 3, really. But it's nothing like Kessen 3. Not even I did Lianxi did anything for him. Now everyone just thinks, wait, he had a wife, but why? I mean, because Lianxi doesn't really do much. Lianxi was just Sun Quan's favorite concubine, nothing more. What does having someone's favorite concubine will do? Besides increasing his sex drive and making him more inspired. He doesn't do shit. Alright, let's continue. Koei will have to hire better writers? They can't write for shit. As far as I can see, and the Dynasty Warriors storyline doesn't lend itself well too long from stories. You can't rely on 50 years of timeline in an open world game. Actually, it's more like 100 years, kind of 100 years, because like the trickiness period lasts 100 years, kind of. But I get the idea. You say this person is saying that Dynasty Warriors bad story writing, but here's the thing: it doesn't matter. Yes, it might be true. It might be true that Dynasty Warriors has bad story writing, but that's not the point, because Dynasty Warriors is not a game that's based on story. Everyone knows. It's an obvious fact. I think even Koei knows that the story of Dynasty Warriors games has never been their main priority. Even Koei knows that. Like, the main key of Dynasty Warriors should be the gameplay. If the story is enjoyable, good. If it's not, like, if it's really not that good, patience. Bladestorm should stay as a Kessen successor. Most, I think you could add some of the mechanics of the bodyguard and Average Origins if you're talking about tactical commands. I agree. I definitely hope that a new Kessen successor comes again, based on 3 kingdoms, like Kessen 2. That'll be great. You know? No one gives a damn about Dance 2 story, especially when it's a story that's been told doesn't fucking dance. We know the story by now. Exactly. I agree. Like, this is definitely an outtake. This is definitely an outtake, because like this person expect the Dynasty Wars to have a good story, but you don't really play Dynasty Wars for a story. Listen, I have never met someone that told me, Saki, I played this game because I love the story. Listen, this story is so fucking good. I do love the way Lianxi's boobas bounces. This is peak quality story writing. Literally, I never heard anything like that. Oh my god. I never, like, I fucking love Shuju's belly. Shuju's belly, the way Shuju's belly bounces, this is peak story writing. It's amazing. I never heard anything like that. So, there is no point having a decent story in Dynasty Warriors. Let's just say the story in Dynasty Warriors games, it's an hit and miss, okay? Sometimes it might be good, sometimes it's not good. For example, I think the story in Dynasty Wars 4 was pretty good, in my opinion. I personally enjoyed the story in Dynasty Wars 4. And I also kind of enjoyed the story in, let me see, in 7. 7 probably has the best story. In my opinion, 7 has the best story writing, kind of. I mean, 7 is pretty notorious for having a good story. It's very emotional. It's a very emotional story, 7. Hi, New Tango, how you doing? As for Warriors Orochi, I like the story of Warriors Orochi 2. I fucking love the story of Warriors Orochi 2. That one's pretty good. The one in the first also is pretty alright. The one I don't like is 3. 3 and 4. 3 and 4 stories were so bad. Like, and Warriors Orochi, technically, it's a game that's supposed to focus on story. It's supposed to be Chinese theater. We turn to Dynasty Warriors ironically for the spectacle. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. And I hope you also having a breezing evening, a breezing morning, or a good weekend. So literally, it doesn't really matter if the story in Dynasty Warriors or a Samurai Warriors game is good. But if I just say, to me, the best stories in a Musou game, I will say will be Dynasty Warriors 4, Samurai Warriors 1, Samurai Warriors 2 is also not bad. Maybe I will say also Kessen 3. Kessen 3 also has a very good story, in my opinion. It's not a Musou. It's like, I don't know what to describe the genre of Kessen 3, I'm not gonna lie. Kessen 2 has a very unique gameplay. It's very unique, the gameplay of Kessen 2. Very unique. But Kessen 3 is basically, it's kind of like Bladestorm. You basically command the troops, you use them like if they're your character, basically. Like a Musou. And kind of like, it's not really a Musou though, Kessen 3. Like, I don't know how to describe it, man. It's a very unique gameplay, that's for sure. Which I could not find any games like it so far, sadly. Especially like Kessen 2. Hello, Mimi Lord. Hi, how you doing? What's breezing, Mimi Lord? Thank you for the follow. So, definitely we can all agree that the story, nice live. Thank you so much, BRS. Thank you, I appreciate it. I do definitely agree that the story is definitely not a key sector to focus on. These are come from YouTube. Dynasty Warriors 5 should have had a chapter selected like Samurai Warriors. There's so many unique events in that game you will never see because you have to replay the entire campaign every time. After Mortals, maybe you could do those events in free mode. I still think there should be a checklist like Samurai Warriors 1. Well, a list of every possible event. I mean, that's not really an outtake. That's more like, yeah, we should have it will be much better if the story mode of 5 was a chapter select like Samurai Warriors 1, because Dynasty Warriors 5 does not allow you to select chapters in story mode, which it's a shame. The serious pig with 5. The serious pig with 5. No. Now that's... Now that is a not take. That is a big ass hot take. That the serious pig with 5. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a hot take with 5, but I will definitely get murdered if I say it. But I think this is also the perfect chance for me to say it. My hot take with 5. The Dynasty Warriors 5 Rashishima says cover most of not all special events. That is true. That is completely true. Hi Chaos, welcome. How you doing? Here's my hot take with 5. I think this is the perfect chance for me to say what I think about Dynasty Warriors 5. You guys gotta be ready. Peak after Dynasty Warriors 5 is downfall of Dynasty Warriors. Yeah. But here's my hot take, guys. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna tell you my hot take about Dynasty Warriors 5. Are you ready? Take a seat. Right, my whole hot takes is about Dynasty Warriors 5. Dynasty Warriors 5 is the most overrated Dynasty Warriors game, and it's not as peak as many believes. Dynasty Warriors 5 is actually a mid game. I say that Dynasty Warriors 5, it's mid. It is mid. it doesn't give me any pleasure playing Dynasty Wars 5. Like, it doesn't give me that feeling, oh my god, I'm fucking loving this game. This is like the best game I ever played. It doesn't give me that feeling. It doesn't give me that fucking feeling, you know? When I play Dynasty Wars 5. It doesn't give me that. I feel okay when I play Dynasty Wars 5. Sure, I have fun, but I don't like feel like an excitement, like, ooh, Dynasty Wars 5, oh my god, Dynasty Wars 5, ooh, like, why? Oh, you telling me that people like Dynasty Wars 5 because it doesn't have clones? I mean, it does kind of have clones, actually, because everyone has a story mode. Yeah, a lot of characters, everyone has a story mode in Dynasty Wars 5, but it's not like that unique, you know? Oh, yeah, I suppose we got a Dynasty Wars 5 lover. Dynasty Wars 4 was my peak, to be honest. Exactly, Dynasty Wars 4 was the peakest game ever done in Koei Tecmo history. You can say anything wrong about Dynasty Warriors 5. It's the best Dynasty Wars ever made. Ever. Literally. Dynasty Wars 5, it's perfect. You can say shit about Dynasty Wars 4. 5 is not good as many says, literally. 4 is perfect. It has a perfect music, a perfect gameplay, a perfect aesthetic. Sure, the gameplay, maybe if you remove the aim lock, it might actually be a lot better if you remove the aim lock with Dynasty Wars 4, because Dynasty Wars 4 has a very terrible aim lock, in my opinion, which makes it kind of less enjoyable, I'm not gonna lie, but you can get used to it. I love the level weapon system. You have a reason to combo your opponent, because the more combo you make, the more experience you get to level up your weapon. I do love the story mode of the Dynasty Warriors 4 as well. The concept of the story mode is amazing. The fact that the story is based on Kingdom. It has a kingdom-based story mode. You select your kingdom, and you can select your character whenever you want. There's a lot of unique events that you can discover, you can unlock. There are special stages that you can only unlock by doing certain conditions. It's perfect! It's perfect. Like, and this is something that Dynasty Wars 5 doesn't have. The only good thing that Dynasty Wars 5 has is they remove the aim lock. They removed the aim lock completely. That's the best thing the 5 has, literally, regarding gameplay. And I think Dynasty Wars 5 is way too easy as well, unless you want to play on Chaos difficulty. But you know what I also don't like about Dynasty Wars 5? It does not have fifth weapons. It's a letdown. Okay, have a good day, Sarama, and also have a breezy day at work, and take care. Like, I don't like the fact that the Dynasty Wars 5 doesn't have fifth weapons. It even says the name, Dynasty Wars 5. You're not adding fifth weapons? Are you serious? Dynasty Wars 5 only has fourth weapons. They never had the fifth weapons, ever, which is stupid. Why they never had the fifth weapons? I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know, to be honest. And I think it's stupid that fifth weapons were not added into Dynasty Wars 5. I think it's a fucking shame. And it's literally stupid. Like, no fifth weapons were added at all. So, I don't know. The story mode, it's kind of mid. There, I said it. Like, you only have 5 stages, and that's it. But the story mode of Dynasty Wars 4, it's far longer. And it's like, definitely every character is the star. Every character of Dynasty Wars 4 can be a star, literally. I absolutely love the concept that nobody dies historically in Dynasty Wars 4. I do like that. I think it's fun. I just fucking find it sick. I don't know. The aesthetic matches a lot with the soundtrack. It's just like the perfect vibe you want to get from a Musou game. Everything is perfect for Dynasty Wars 4. Everything. Literally. The vibes, the soundtrack, the gameplay, the graphic. The graphic was also ahead of its time, in my opinion. I think the graphic of Dynasty Wars 4 was perfect. Literally. It was ahead of its time, the graphic of Dynasty Wars 4. Well, the graphic of Dynasty Wars 5, I don't like it. I just don't. I think they're using like a different engine when it comes to Dynasty Wars 5, and I don't like that. The same engine they use with Samurai Warriors 2. I prefer the one they use with Dynasty Wars 4. And it's a better looking engine in my opinion. So, in other words, Dynasty Wars 4 to me is the best. Fuck Dynasty Wars 5. I'll play it, but it's not my favorite. Now, Dynasty Wars should have implemented a level up skill tree like they had in Samurai Warriors. I know it's done in 6 and 7. I'm staying for like 3, 4, and 5. I agree. I agree with that. It doesn't. Is the clipping not working? What the bots are not? Why is it not working? Like Twitch, clip that. Does it work now? If I say Twitch, clip that. I don't know. Like Twitch is weird. Like I don't know, man. Like see, I got like Twitch clip that. The Twitch clip that feature is actually pretty cool. It will make it after the VOD. Okay, I definitely need help. I definitely need help with setting up some commands eventually. I will need some help one of these days to set up commands and make them function because, like, apparently not even the Discord command works, which is weird. But yeah, I do agree. Definitely, the Dynasty Wars should definitely have some should implement the level up skill tree. I agree. It's actually a pretty nice feature. About the skill tree. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Because the skill tree is pretty good, to be honest. And it can be subjective, and some people might like it, or I personally don't mind it. Samurai Warriors 1 did a good job. Hi, is that Supra? How you doing? How you doing, Supra? Thank you so much for the following. Welcome to the Kitsune's Breeze. How you doing? I'm Sakashi Asada, Samurai Kitsune VTuber, and I cover Musou Games and retro gaming, and I do variety streaming. How you doing today? We're now reading some hot takes regarding Dynasty Warriors and other Musou games. There are a lot of quality of life elements like that, and the chapter select mentioned earlier that are not in Dynasty Wars, and I think the bigger hot take is asking why that is. Oh, like I don't know, like I don't. Definitely, 3 or 4 and 5 level up system was okay. I prefer the level up. I mean, it doesn't matter to be honest. It doesn't change much to me, the level up system. But I definitely like the one in Samurai Warriors where you have a skill tree. Okay, let's read those. So, Dynasty Warriors 3 has got to have some of the most nonsensical map design in the entire series. Many modern Musou games may have turned into very plain and uninteresting design for maps, but Dynasty Wars 3, as some rhyme or reason, it really felt like they just drew lines and called it a day, especially with the big battles having no rhythm or flow. You spend a lot of time walking over empty areas to get to the next officer. Dynasty Wars 3 allies are also notoriously frail, and the unconventional mount design only exacerbates this, as getting to them is more annoying than it should be. I actually agree. I can see why this is an hot take, because a lot of people probably like, oh my god, Dynasty Wars 3 map, oh, so good, so good. Oh, what are you talking about? That map is so good. No, it's not true yet. So I get it. I understand why this is a hot take. I personally do agree with this take, because I agree. It is true. On Dynasty Warriors 3, you more roam around the map and go kill the next enemy officers, and so goes on. You don't really have much of a reason to kill enemy troops besides collecting power-ups, temporary power-ups, or health. So, or just get rid of them because they're annoying. I agree, and it's true, the allies are way too frail, they die completely easily, they die too easily, so it is very true. I actually agree with this, and they don't really have a flow That is true. Like, you just roam around to the next enemy officer, then you go, next enemy officers. Only when you try to collect fourth and fifth weapons, things get a little bit more interesting because you need to, like, play the maps in a certain way, go around the map in a certain way, etc. So only that, the maps gets interesting, you know? I agree. They definitely don't have much of a rhyme, and it is true. I kind of agree with this. But this is why I always say I prefer the maps of Dynasty Warriors 2. The maps of Dynasty Warriors 2, in my opinion, are like more better designs. I don't know. The aesthetic of Dynasty Warriors 2's maps are definitely 10 times better than 3. Literally. I don't know. They're more unique. The design of the maps in Dynasty Warriors 2 are way more unique than 3. I do agree with that. This is definitely an outtake that maybe some people might not agree, but I do agree with this. And especially when it says that the new maps from the modern Dynasty Warriors games are plain, that is true. They are plain. They're definitely plain. They're literally fucking plain as hell, man. Like plain as I don't know. Plain as an empty pizza. Plain as a pizza with no topping, basically. Speaking of map design, it has been greatly neglected. When the map design started going down in quality, is subjective, but I think it was definitely around Samurai Warriors 3 to Dynasty Warriors 8 where it started. Maps have been looking very plain since then, with a lot of the design being taken up with corridors and garrisons. This gets especially bad in the Samurai Warriors 4 trilogy, as well as Samurai Warriors 5, and really any IP Musou. Like seriously, look at any Musou game since Dynasty Warriors 8, and see how much of the maps are small corridors and in a garrison or an open area. Even Origins entirely exempt. Okay, Origin is also not exempt from it. I agree with this too. I also agree with this too, to be honest. I completely agree with this fact. The map designs are completely been neglected in the new Musou games, which they're mostly like just garrisons, they're castles, they're just like empty areas, some little castle plain areas. They're too plain, they're not unique, they're badly designed. I completely agree with this. The map designs starting from Samurai Warriors 3, I agree. It's bad aesthetically. Aesthetically, they're not good. They're just not good, man. It's also one of the reasons why I kind of find modern Musou games a little bit boring unless they have a decent difficulty. I completely agree with this take. It's a take. It's a very very normal take, to be honest. I agree. Like. I agree with this thing about the map design. I feel like at least with Dynasty Warriors, we can really tell the state of Quest map design by how they handle Namman, which is why I still think 3 and 4 are peaked in that regard. I agree. Personally, I don't like the map design in 3 of Namman, to be honest, because it's just terrible in my opinion. The map design in Namman. Yeah, I always go to the general. I always skip Namman. I fucking hate it, literally. It's massive. It's literally massive. Like it's just all you have to do is just kill any officers in a Naman map. There's a lot of barricades you can only get rid of with the elephant. It's so stupid. I'm doing it right. I support you. Thank you so much, kids. I'm glad you did it right, and thank you so much for the support. I prefer the Naman designing 4 at least. At least it's a bit more straight. It's a bit more linear, the map in Naman in Dynasty Warriors 4. At least in 1, it's one line. But in Dynasty Warriors 3, the Naman map, oh my god, it's horrible. Fucking horrible, to be honest. So let's go again. Okay, I don't think people really knows what a Musou game is anymore. And people will call anything with multiple enemies on screen and similar combat a Musou. Whoa, hold on there. Some are more of a matter of perspective, like Sengoku Basara. I personally don't consider Sengoku Basara a Musou game. As Basara lacks a lot of what makes Musou. What the fuck? Such as the army aspect being a big part of, you really only have to worry about yourself in these games, instead of a few selected missions. What? Okay, listen. I think, so here's the thing. Musou is not an official term, okay? Musou is more like a fun term. It's more like a fun term. Like, Musou, it's not an official term, okay? So, it's not, we can't really say what a Musou is, because it has been classified as a Musou, you know? That's the thing. There's not like an official classification of Musou, like an official label of what calls a game a Musou. I think Musou it's more like an idea, you know, of your typical hack and slash game, the how it's supposed to be. I find it more like it's an idea, and this person thinks the Sengoku Basara it's not a Musou. That's his idea, in my opinion. That's what I believe. I don't think a Musou game it's based solely of fighting armies, you know? I agree though. Sengoku Basara definitely lacks the aspect most of the times of fighting a large army, and even because you don't even have to rely on officers, because like Sengoku Basara does not rely on your allies a lot. It mostly relies on defeating the enemy commanders, fighting I don't know, like a certain some kind of ambush enemies, or enemies that organize themselves in a very bizarre way. For example, if you fight the stages of Xavi, you see you have to fight some fucking Xavi robots. It's a weird concept of Sengoku Basara. It's a weird concept of Musou, but you do definitely focus a lot on fighting a lot of enemy troops, that's for sure. But not like a massive army like Dynasty Warriors. Let's just say maps in Sengoku Basara are more linear. They're way more linear, that's why. Musou is a Fox description like Souls-like, and I think we use both ways loosely. Exactly, like Souls-like, it's not an official term. I can say Dynasty Warriors Origins is a Souls-like too, you know? Like, because it's difficult. Like, it's just an example. I'm not saying Dynasty Warriors Origins is a Souls-like. But let's just say, Musou is more like an idea. And, I disagree. Sengoku Basara definitely enters in the Musou category. Just because it doesn't rely a lot on your armies, like it does with Dynasty Warriors, it doesn't mean anything, you know? Let's just say it does it differently. You fight enemy troops in a different way. Because the way you fight enemy troops in Sengoku Basara is that you need to gather a lot of combos. You, for example, collect a lot of combos. And the more combos you make, the more experience you get. Because let's not forget, enemy troops also means you get a lot of experience, more experience than you do in Dynasty Warriors games. So fighting enemy troops in Sengoku Basara, it's kind of relevant if you want to level up, if you want to make flashy combos. Because let's not forget, Sengoku Basara is made by Capcom. Capcom is very notorious to make flashy hack and slash games such as Devil May Cry, who are heavily focused on combos. And Sengoku Basara makes you focus on combos a lot. So, and that's still an aspect of a Musou. But that is Capcom's own idea of Musou. It's their own idea, okay? Musou is not an official term. Musou is an idea. That's what I believe, at least. So, let's move on. When people call Persona Strikers a Musou game, it's an action RPG and not a Musou. I can't comment much of this because I've not played Persona 5 Strikers. I cannot comment on this one, to be honest. I'd like to play Persona 5 Strikers myself when I have the chance to see if it's really a Musou and more like an action RPG. We'll see. I think it might be true, maybe Persona 5 Strikers, it might actually be an action RPG. But more like maybe with some Musou features, maybe with a Musou Maybe that's a Musou option. Maybe I'll have to see. I'll have to play the game to see. That's it. We're done with the Musou takes for now. You guys can go on and tell me some Musou takes. Well, I also give you guys my Musou takes. I also have Musou takes too. You know, like you guys can go ahead and like give me some yourself if you want to. Literally, I don't mind. Where is that? Let me just move this. Okay. Right. You guys can give me your hottest take. I'll also give you mine. Here's my hottest takes. Motochika's my favorite Samurai Warriors character. Sugoroku's fun! Dynasty Wars Kiss is stoof. Dynasty Wars 4 is the hardest. Oof. Samurai Wars 1 is very distant than second. That's true. I agree with the last one. Okay. Let's start one by one. Okay, I mean, I don't see the problem with Motochika being your favorite Samurai Warriors character. And everyone can have a favorite character, you know. Like, for example, I think Donju is one of the best characters ever. So, maybe is it an outtake? Although games like these are supposed to just be subjective when it comes to favorite characters, you know. But that's fine. Sugoroku is fun? Absolutely not. The worst thing that they could possibly had in Samurai Warriors. Literally. Like, come on, the RNG is done game is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, that RNG. If they made RNG more simple, it would have been fun. But it's not simple at all. It's horrible. Dynasty Wars 5 on kills, it's not fun at all. It's torture. Listen, Dynasty Wars 5 on kills mode, if it was for the fact that they removed the health, the only problem is Dynasty Wars 5 on kills mode, it's they remove the health. That's the problem. They remove health. They remove the fucking health in Dynasty Wars for 5. Sorry, I mean on 5. When you play Dynasty Wars 5 on chaos mode, you cannot heal. There's only like a one pot or two where there's only like 50 HP. That's bullshit. You basically can't heal. Come on, man. Why are you not allowed to heal? Come on, that's stupid. Dynasty Wars 4 is the hardest by 100%. It depends, man. It really depends. That's if you do some 11 weapons. Some level 11 weapons, you might find it really hard. I agree with that, because some 11 weapons in Dynasty Wars 4 Extreme Legends, they are a nightmare. They are a fucking nightmare, literally. They are a nightmare. In my opinion, the difficulty of Dynasty Wars games only peaks high when you do the 4th weapons and the 5th weapons, or on Dynasty Warriors 4 case, level 10 and level 11. This is when you really need to care about the difficulty, literally. I'm gonna do the tumbling. Dynasty Wars is for old people. Yeah, do that. But then what are you gonna do with it? Mario Party is pretty bullshit too. I agree. Mario Party. Well, it's Mario Party, man. Like, that's Mario Party for you. Those level 11 weapons are the hard part. Yeah, some of them are hard, but some of them are easy. But I agree, some level 11 weapons in Dynasty Wars 4 Extreme Legends are hard because some have very terrible conditions, and especially with the fact that you cannot use items. So, some of them are terrible. Literally terrible. I agree with that. It all depends. That all depends, literally. Because, like, some level 11 weapons are truly a nightmare, but other Dynasty Warriors 3 5th weapons are easy. Or some of them are terrible. It really depends. I will say the thumbnail. I'm not gonna do the thumbnail. What do you mean you're not gonna do the thumbnail? I made the thumbnail. I made that thumbnail. The thumbnail for me. I always make my own thumbnails. I don't know what you mean, to be honest. But yeah, I will start to tell you some of my hot takes now. So I hope you guys are ready. I already said some. Let me see. Yeah, it really isn't, because I don't understand what you're talking about. Ah, here's one. Here's one that probably burns. This one burns a lot. This one might burn a lot. Might burn a few of you, to be honest. I hope you guys are ready, because this one is hot. This one, like, oof, 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 oof. I hope you guys are ready, because this one is hot tea. It's a hot tea one. So, are you ready? Right, my own takes about Dynasty Wars 8. Also, congrats Gamma for your 5 streaks. My own take for Dynasty Wars 8. Dynasty Wars 8 is not the perfect Dynasty Wars experience. Just because it removes all the clones, it doesn't make it a perfect game. Dynasty Wars 8 is not a perfect game that many thinks it is. There is a lot of talk about Dynasty Wars 8 being perfect, like the perfect Musou game. Like, my god, Dynasty Wars 8 is perfect. It has no clones. What do you mean? Just because Dynasty Wars 8 doesn't have any clones, how does that make it perfect? I don't think Dynasty Wars 8 is a perfect game just because it has no clones. I agree, it's good. It's a good thing. Dynasty Wars 8 has no clones. It doesn't have any. And that's a good thing, okay? It's a very good thing. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. Dynasty Wars 8 is good. It's good for the fact of the no clone section. I completely agree with that. No clone is good. No clone is good. But, the game still retain a very easy difficulty, in my opinion. I don't like how the game present itself to be hard. Just because the enemies can one-shot you if you play on ultimate difficulty with a Musou attack. I think that's bullshit. What the fuck? Literally, the game basically is considered difficult because of the one-shot Musou attacks. Enemies attack can one-shot you, and I don't like it. You can't call it a skill issue. I just think it's stupid because, like, I don't think there's any skills involved when it's just the game is just based on getting avoid getting one shot. I think it's stupid. It's completely stupid. Enemy officers should not one-shot you. It should, yeah, give you a high amount of damage, but not one-shot you. I don't recall in Dynasty Wars 4 or 5 you ever getting one shot. Like 3, 4, and 5. When did you get one shot? Never. Never. You surely got high damage, but one shot? Never. So, I don't know, man. This is so stupid. Literally. Dynasty Wars 8, it's not as good as you think. Like, I'm sorry. Sorry, but no. Absolutely not. Now, I'm sure a lot of people feel offended about this, but I personally do not care. Because that's what I think about Dynasty Wars 8. That's my hot take. Now, and here's another one. Here's another one that also maybe might piss off people. Maybe. We'll see. So, I think that Dynasty Wars 6 is misjudged. The Rambo system might be bad, but the game retains its challenging difficulty and a good story mode, despite many characters were demoted and removed. We talked about this. I believe Dynasty Wars 6 is not as bad as people think. I don't believe that. I don't believe Dynasty Wars 6 is as bad as people say, personally. I don't fucking agree with that. So, I don't know. Personally, I enjoy Dynasty Wars 6. I fucking love that game. Like, I literally love that Dynasty Wars 6. I don't know, man. Literally. Maybe it might be sure, it might have some changes here and there. But guys, I'll be honest, I don't think it's as bad as people make it look like. Come on. I don't know. I honestly have fun with Dynasty Wars 6. I even want to end up finishing Dynasty Wars 6 eventually. But Because yeah, there's still I still need to play the game to finish the game on stream because like I've done quite a lot of stories, but I still need to finish some stories. I also need to do the retro achievements on it because there's also retro achievements on Dynasty Warriors 6. But no, I honestly don't agree that Dynasty Warriors 6 is as bad as people make it. I don't know, man. That's just personally how I feel. It's my personal talk about Dynasty Warriors 6. To be honest. So I really hope some don't take it on heart, but I don't think so. It's like in the end, why do you care if I like Dynasty Warriors 6? I don't think you care. Now let's go with the other. Dynasty Warriors 2 was great. It's not a tedious experience as many think. You just need to practice on it. I don't want to say get good because I don't like that word get good. But I would say you definitely need some practice with Dynasty Warriors 2. Some people think Dynasty Warriors 2 is way too hard, which I don't agree. I don't agree that Dynasty Warriors 2 it's an hard game. I don't agree. Literally. I don't freaking agree with that. So personally, I do like Dynasty Warriors 2 a lot, probably because it was my first. It was like my very first Dynasty Warriors ever. Literally. Yeah, I started with Dynasty Warriors 2. So, you know, I started with Dynasty Warriors 2 and I don't know. Dynasty Warriors 2 to me, it's sacred. It's fucking sacred, Dynasty Warriors 2, man. I don't know what to tell you. So if people if people think it's hard, fair enough. But like I said, but trust me, you just need to get your hands on it. Like, sure, the combos are limited and everything, but trust me, you will be fine. You will completely be fine with Dynasty Warriors 2. Like, don't think it's a hard game, like you think it is. It's not hard. Trust me, it's not as hard as you think. So, here's another one that I wanted to share. Warriors Abyss is the perfect crossover. The Rogue Elite-like gameplay combined to the one of a Musou, it's a perfect combination. I fucking love Warriors Abyss, literally. I freaking love it, man. Like, I don't think I ever played such a great Rogue Elite game like that. Maybe, I don't care if that's my first Rogue Elite game. I think Warriors Abyss is so good. It's so fucking addicting. Literally. I freaking love that game so much. Like, it's a great crossover. It doesn't really have much of a story involved. You're in hell. You go through the levels of hells. It's a Rogue Elite game, so if you pretty much play, like, I don't know, if you pretty much play a lot, the more you play, the more you get better, the more you level up, etc. So it's a game that the more you play, the more it becomes playable. So it's honestly really fun. I do absolutely recommend it. If you like Musou games, if you like Rogue Elite, you should definitely play Warriors Abyss. Like, Dynasty Warriors 2 is it 100% of the PS2 games? I mean, technically, it's not. Technically, there is not much to 100%. It's not like Dynasty Warriors 2 is easy to 100%. It's because there is not much to 100%. What can you do? What can you possibly 100% on Dynasty Warriors 2? There's no items to collect. There's no weapon to collect. There's no collectible. The only thing is the power up. It's just power leveling up your characters to the max level. I mean, of course, there is not. It's one of the easiest to 100% because there is nothing to 100%. So I don't know. It doesn't really count much to 100%. It doesn't really take much to 100% Dynasty Warriors 2 because there is nothing to 100%, literally. Like, all you have to do is just play. Maybe the only challenge is to unlock Lubu. You need to defeat 1,000 kills, 1,000 troops on Willow Gate, and that's it. Retro achievement set finish a hard playthrough with each character. That's not bad. That's not too bad. Hi Kevin. Hi Kevin, how you doing? What's breezing? Thank you so much for the follow. How you doing? I'm Sakchi Sana, I'm like it's a VTuber. I play Musou and retro variety games. I really hope you're gonna enjoy today's stream. And thank you so much for the follow. No, it doesn't really take much to 100%. You need to finish a playthrough on hard difficulty with every character, that's not hard. Just level up. I mean, I play hard difficulty on Dynasty Wars 2 before. It's not really difficult. So just need to level up. That's it. Stick on your horse attack, kill the gay captains, and you're done pretty much. It's not a big deal. Now, there's another one. Dynasty Warrior Strike Force deserves another game. It will be perfect. It will be the perfect online experience, especially if they make it more like Monster Hunter. I believe Dynasty Warrior Strike Force is honestly like a very good co-op experience, literally. It's perfect to play it in co-op. Playing this game in co-op, it's super fun, literally. Finding the people to play this game is a challenge because it's only on PS3 and Xbox, while the Xbox Online has been shut down, and probably soon they will also might shut down the PS3 Online too. So it's gonna suck, literally. The only way to do that would probably be on PSP, on PSP emulator, with some third-party programs, and that's it. That's it, to be honest. But I do personally love the concept of Strike Force because it reminds me a lot of Monster Hunter, where you basically just fight a strong boss fights, grind a lot to collect your to grind good weapons and other power ups. In my opinion, this is perfect. So I don't know. I really hope to see another Strike Force games in the future, or something similar to it, because the concept is good. It's a very good concept with the one with Strike Force. I don't understand why they haven't done more. TBH. So here's another one that I have. Oh, this one here. This one is a bit hot. This one also is a bit hot. Oof, you guys ready? You guys ready? Samurai Warriors should become their main series instead of Dynasty Warriors. It only deserves more attention, and it could become the best-selling Musou ever. You know what I mean? What I mean is, Samurai Warriors should become their main franchise, and not Dynasty Warriors. It will only make sense. Samurai Warriors represents Japan mostly, you know? Koei Tecmo is a Japanese company. Why would they want I mean, okay, it's not wrong for a Japanese company to have a Chinese game to be represented, but I think it will become like so much better Samurai Warriors to be for Koei Tecmo, to represent Koei Tecmo, in my opinion. I don't know. I much prefer Samurai Warriors than Dynasty Warriors most of the times. And I know this is super controversial, very hot take. But I do believe that Samurai Warriors has so much more potential than Dynasty Warriors. So much potential. I don't know, man. It has a lot. It has a lot of potential than Dynasty Warriors, in my opinion. Personally. Literally. I don't know. Maybe you guys might think that Dynasty Warriors is better, because there's always been this big debate between which is better, Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors. But personally, I do believe Samurai Warriors in some aspect it's better, and others Dynasty Warriors is also a lot better. It all depends. It all depends from which game though. For example, I think Samurai Warriors 2 is a lot better than Dynasty Warriors. Like for example, Dynasty Warriors 5, obviously. Samurai Warriors 2 beats maybe even beats Dynasty Warriors 3. Samurai Warriors 2 might even beat Dynasty Warriors 3, to be honest. Like, Samurai Warriors 3 is the best Samurai Warriors ever made. I love Samurai Warriors 1 as well, but the problem with Samurai Warriors 1, it's, there isn't much content. Like, I mean, there's a lot of content. What I mean is, it's only sad. It does keep the whole Sekigahara storyline, and it goes straight to Osaka. Like it only covers few things. Samurai Warriors 1, but it has a lot of stages. It covers like a lot of characters, and there's a lot of game modes. That Samurai Warriors 2 doesn't have, so that's a good thing, you know. Samurai Warriors 1 has a lot of content. Literally, it has a lot of content, but it only covers little story, you know. So. I think it's a great game. So, I don't know, Samurai Warriors 3, it's whatever, I guess. It's okay, but the fact that Samurai Warriors 3 Samurai Warriors 3, it's just there. I don't know, just because it's a week exclusive. Yes, Hamden, what is it? Like, I don't know, Samurai Warriors 3, I personally enjoy it, but it's best to be played on PS3. If you play Samurai Warriors 3 on PS3, it will be a lot better. As for Samurai Warriors 4, I don't know. Samurai Warriors 4 is good, but I mean, the difficulty is just too easy, man. They should definitely make the difficulty a lot harder, in my opinion. To be honest, you know, it's not like that great. It's not that great. Like the difficulty on Samurai Warriors 4. Personally, my humble, honest opinion, you know. Yeah. It kind of sucks that Samurai Warriors 4 has somewhat a very easy difficulty anyway. Well, I honestly don't have any other outtakes. I'll be honest, like I don't really. These are all the outtakes. If you guys have any outtakes to tell, like go ahead. Because I also need to go. Unfortunately, I need to go because I do have some. How do you say it? Some errands to do. I have some errands to do today, unfortunately. So, if you guys have any hot takes, you can say now because soon I'm about to go very soon. So, but yeah, it's pretty much those are all the hot takes that I had. I mean, it definitely was fun, and we did talk about a lot of hot takes today. Definitely. It was insane. There were some hot takes that definitely. Hi Pumpkin, hi, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. I'm Saki Sara, summer kitsune VTuber, and I play retro games and variety. Your English sounds like a little bit different. I don't know. It's, that's how I speak English, I guess. Yeah. Pretty much that's it, guys. I suppose that's it. Well, like I said, unfortunately, I have to go because, like I said, I do have some errands to do, like some important ones too. So I'm literally apologize if this was a short stream, but I will keep you guys updated, especially regarding that Yu-Gi-Oh group that we talked about. If you guys can join my Discord server. And we can discuss about this if anyone is interested regarding this. You're welcome. Yeah, I'll definitely keep you updated. So I'm still looking for an expert of Yu-Gi-Oh that can guide new players. You know, get them back into the game. We will use 3 options, so we will not be using like Master Duel or Yu-Gi-Oh like other pay games, you know, because we want to keep things like free to play, family, like completely friendly, you know, not family friendly, but like let's just say free, money friendly. So thank you so much again for everyone who followed me stream. That was absolutely a breezy stream, and I'll see you guys on next week. I will keep you guys updated. And see you all to the next one, which is gonna be next week. And I'll keep you guys updated. Just remember to also keep updated with my shit. Otherwise, you don't know when I stream and everything. Because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear, oh my gosh, I missed the stream. I didn't know you were streaming. I tell you when I stream, okay? I will tell you. You just need to follow my social and my updates. Thank you so much. And I love all of my breezes. Thank you so much to tune in the Kitsune's Breeze. Take care, everyone, and remember, stay breezy.